Jack, it might never happen.
I think it already has, Suggs.
I go!
Hi guys, how are you?
Yeah,
Wicked,
really good,
man.
thanks, mate.
Yeah, nice to see you. I thought I'd represent. Look,
Yeah, mate. Love it, love it.
I'm in Montreal, but I'm from
Nice.
the UK. Been here 10
Course,
years.
man.
But yeah, I just literally got changed into this just for you.
Nice,
legend.
man. Oh, blighty. How you doing, man? You good?
Everything's good. We have a nice blue sky day here today, and things are
Nice.
warming up. Finally, the snow is melting.
It's grey here, as you can
Yeah,
imagine.
rain and
It's just how
grey
you left
skies.
it, grey.
Yeah. Well, you guys, you champion England and the British lifestyle, and keep telling everybody how good it is. So we can tell everybody in Montreal how good life in Britain is just through
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Exactly. Exactly.
But there must be some positives. Like, tell me something good about Britain right now.
Hastings.
Yeah, Hastings, music, art. Yeah. I think
Yeah,
those are all
All
great
the
British
creative
exports.
things I'd say are probably like
Yeah, the best things.
doing good.
Yeah,
and
definitely,
keeping
man.
people like feeling good.
Unfortunately, there's a lot to write about and for people, and there's a lot of things to reflect. But it means that artistically things are amazing in the Britain at the moment. You know, some incredible bands coming out, some amazing artists across genres. You know what I mean? And genres themselves. You know, being created. You know, and even popularized. It's a very interesting time for art. You know, it's that we were talking about the other day. It's like that whole thing where, you know, people can make music and records themselves now. It creates a far deeper ocean of art and music.
Yeah.
But it also within that, if you can look through the smokescreen, you find some of the best stuff you've ever heard. You know what I mean?
It's true, isn't it?
Yeah, and I guess if everything was good in Britain, like if life was brilliant for everybody, which is obviously never going to happen, you guys would have nothing to write about.
We'd all
just be out in like just doing like
we'd all be out in sort of togas. Just
living it up.
The utopian dream. Yeah.
Yeah, singing "Come By R" or something like that.
Exactly, man.
So, another album, like 3 in 3 years. You guys just writing all the time now?
Pretty much, yeah.
I mean, we're even working on the next thing at the moment, to be honest. Because, like, one thing we have made the mistake of in the past is not writing for a few months and letting the rust form. Yeah, and then you're like, fuck.
Even if it's just for keeping the juices flowing in terms of like producing and making music. Like, it's important for us to keep doing that, but then obviously getting ahead of the curve and like having songs written before they need to be written is
great.
Important.
It's like, you know, pressure can make diamonds, but it can also like create quite a conveyor belty situation when you're writing, because you have to, rather than writing probably something that's more adventurous or more experimental, because you don't have that pressure on you. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So there goes the neighborhood. It's a very fitting title. It's definitely suits you.
Quite.
What do you think you learned from the first 2 albums that's kind of helped you with this one?
I think we kind of built upon the ground that we explored and discovered in Here's What You Could Have Won, in our second album. And I think with this record, we really just wanted to see how wide the goalpost can go and really explore the extremities of what our sound can be and what our band can be. Like, you know, the heavier stuff is definitely like the heaviest stuff I've ever done. You know, the lighter side of it's probably, and the catchier side of it's probably more in that. And now we have a full spectrum of what we can be. And that's been a really interesting sort of self-discovery with this record, more than the others.
Yeah,
for sure. I mean, what do you think?
I think I'd agree with you, mate.
Good.
Easiest interview ever for you.
It's been great, man. Like, getting to then play those songs live. We've kind of, like, on the last run we did, we supported Nothing But Thieves a lot, because Dom Craig from Nothing But Thieves has co-produced our records with us, along with John Gilmore as well. And but yeah, we did a run of gigs with them in the UK, like, and got to play some of the new album stuff ahead of time, and the reactions we got were so exciting, and people were really loving it, that it's made us all the more excited for the record to drop. You know?
Playing all these songs is going to be a game changer, man. And we haven't, and like you said, we've been just playing support shows, so like getting to do like the next 2 months for us is pretty much like headline stuff.
Yeah.
So like
The bedlam of that is just like
It's
you know,
carnage.
it's infectious, you know, like it's mad.
And you play in Toronto,
Yeah, man.
but you're not coming to Montreal.
oh
Not this time. Not this time. We have to. I think the good thing about actually the last time we were in the States and in Canada and in the on this tour as well is that there's more places to go the next time, and it's been quite nice because like even on this run there's places we've never been, and on the next run there'll be places we've never been before, and I think there's a magic to that both for the people coming to the gigs and for us as well because there's that there's you know that new feeling,
Adventuring
exactly, exactly.
Yeah. Well, I don't want to be the guy in the comments saying come to Brazil.
That's it.
But,
That should be the name of a tour for some bands.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hopefully it won't be too long before you make it over here. But I want to talk about Zombie Nation, which is not the cover of that rave classic. Zombie Nation.
Exactly.
That's not that.
We were thinking we were thinking of mashing it up at the gig, but we thought, it might be a sort of ask your parents type thing. What the hell is this like?
Yeah, it's a brilliant song, and obviously you got Suggs involved, and there's the whole like Terry Hall nod, which is brilliant. And the video, you guys must have just had a blast making that video.
Yeah, mate. Well, like we always have a lot of fun with videos, but that one was by and large the best and most fun that we had. Like we had people doing the prosthetics to do like Doctor Who and stuff, man, and like all the stops were pulled out. And yeah, like the team we had like Nick Sushak and Dan Matthews, Ramshackle Productions, like they couldn't have done a more incredible job.
They've done the last load of videos for us, and they've just always just pulled it off. Like it's always been, and like you say, like the vibes on those videos are just such a lot of fun. Like the Get Down one was just basically a huge party in January when everyone was like, "Oh, it's dry January," and we all just got absolutely twisted. It was hilarious.
Ramshackle Productions, that's the name of the company.
Yeah, that's a production company that made it, and Nick Sushak was the director. But yeah, man, those guys, you know, they've made a load of our videos, and like, you know, I think we've always been really lucky with videos like that. We've had great people around us because like we've always had a lot of fun with them, and we've always been really lucky that the videos turn out great.
Yeah,
like,
and it's a testament to like the art scene in Hastings because like, you know, so it's not just music down here. There's like, you know, people in the video fields who are doing like really big things now. So it's been exciting to see everyone grow in all the different areas of our community doing that stuff.
Yeah, it's quite funny as well. All the extras are always like the same in all our videos. It's sort of like Saturday Night Live or something. Do you know what I mean? It's like all the same people pop up in the same things. It's like, it's wicked, man.
Nice. You're building a little community, but it's funny that they're called Ramshackle Productions because when I was in the UK, I ran a big club night, like a big indie club night, and it was called Ramshackle.
Really? Oh, mate, small world.
Yeah. We had one in Birmingham, one in Bristol, and they were big nights. We were getting like 1,500 people every weekend.
Oh, wow.
It was nice. So,
mate,
Bristol's where it's at.
Club night must have been a lot of fun.
Even when you go into like a co-op in Bristol, there's someone with a speaker in there having a rap.
Yeah, it's a cool place. Yeah, we used to have like Zane Lowe DJ'd for us and Steve Lamack and people like that. It was a cool night. But anyway, we're not here to talk about that. So from the album, is there any songs on it that people haven't heard that you're really excited for them to hear?
Artillery is definitely one that hasn't seen the light of day yet, which is a favorite, you know, for sure.
It's one that we've actually played live.
Played it at Wembley. Yeah,
played it at Wembley when we were doing support with nothing.
Okay, get that in. Played it at Wembley.
So that was like, and live it goes off. I'm just so excited. It's definitely one of
it's like you roll out and you play that song first and it really sets the tone, like for us, for the gig. It sort of like puts you into a sort of swagger that takes you through the rest of the set in a certain tone.
And one other song I think that I'm really excited for people to hear is Oliver Twist. I love the production on that. Like it's just like taking its own characterful kind of sound. It's epic.
That's one of the more adventurous kind of, like when we're talking about goalposts, like that's definitely in the extremity of One Direction, you know, and it's cool. There's another one actually called Can You Hear Me, which is another real fucking, it's the fastest song we've ever done.
Oh man, it's like pushing. I'm like, when we first like learnt that, like to play it live, like I was like, this is at the edge of my speed limit.
Even to sort of like, before we signed onto this, we were like doing it with our mouths, and it's like even beatboxing the riff it's too quick.
It's quick.
You know what I mean?
It's punky.
it's nice, man.
Okay, that's the mosh pit song.
Yeah, exactly right. Exactly right.
So obviously your sound and a lot of what you do is very British, and you talk about Britain, and even your titles are very British. They kind of give a nod to like TV shows and stuff like that.
Yeah, yeah.
Do you worry that it's not going to translate like worldwide?
So like when we came out on that US run with Nothing But Thieves last year, it's like I think it was the second show or so was it in New York, and the head of our label Spinefarm, which is also based in the US as well, he was saying, because that gig went off and all of the gigs were very well received. He was like, there's some kinds of Britishness that just do not translate like across the pond, but what we do really does. Like, and as well, the way that we do it on stage, the way that we serve it up and we sell it is kind of, I think it resonates. It definitely felt like
it, man. I mean, it just felt like we were coming off stage buzzing every night going like, wow. And then he was going like, mate, we've seen bands come over here and just barely get like a reaction. Do you know what I mean? So it was but
of course you have that worry, you have that question in your mind, but then all you can do is come over and play it and see how people receive it. And when we did that, people they got it, so I think that just kind of fuels our desire to continue doing what we do and just kind of like stay blinkered within our own, paradigm and whatever, and just stay true to that,
I definitely think it can work for sure. And, bands like Idols are doing really well over here.
Yeah,
and,
man. Precisely.
There's definitely some crossover between what you guys do. So,
man.
But then over here, the band like Biffy Clyro, hardly anyone knows who they are. They play to like 600 people when they come here.
It's so weird, isn't it, man?
Really
it's just two different worlds. Like,
it's crazy.
It's interesting though as well. Like, it's the same with Europe. Like, you can go and see a European artist who's like huge in their country, but you might not have heard of them, or vice versa with like someone who's huge in the UK. Like, it can be quite close by that you can have your own like kingdom in your country, and then sort of, like you go over and it
does feel like I think we've gone to all these different places, and it does feel like obviously like over that side of the world where you are is like, I feel like it feels exciting enough when we're out there that I'm like, that could build. And in Europe's like doing really well as well.
They say it's a long road, building across the pond. Like sometimes you do the same capacity tour like 2 or 3 times before we graduate up, because it is fan by fan, but we've cut our teeth gigging live, so that's what we do, so we're ready for that as the process, you know what I mean?
So what makes a great show for you? Like, when you come off stage and you're just like, that could not have gone any better. What is it about that show?
Sometimes like you'd like to think it's that you didn't miss a note, but usually actually like those aren't necessarily the best. I think it is audience reaction. It is the
when
energy
you feel
that you got back.
There are gigs that I can remember, certainly when we played like smaller places, and even on the bigger shows, like when we played Coco in London, there's actually like an actual electrical fucking
man,
like that you feel, and like it's like when that's happening for an entire gig, it's just so beautiful.
Yeah, it's mad. Like, and like that's it. Like, your best gig can certainly be to do with what you did, but more often than not, it's to do with what the room was like. Do you know what I mean? Like,
I think it's like not overly worrying about what happens is like, sometimes you can really get into your head about certain things during performance, but when everyone, like all of us, are just unanimously kind of like, we're just having fun with it, I think that's when we come off all really excited,
yeah, literally, man.
So if somebody had never heard your band, is there one song that you would want them to start with?
Probably be different for all of us.
Yeah, it would, man.
I think, give me 2 answers.
All right, you go.
What, out of like the new album?
Yeah.
Give me any song that you put out.
Let's cut it down to the new one. Apart from Smash the Gaff on the last one.
Yeah, Smash the Gaff on the last one.
I think up there for all of us. We love, especially live. I'd say for me, even though it might not be my favorite song on the album, Let's Get to Work for me. I just love the freshness of the sound of that production and stuff. So maybe that, probably a load of others.
I'd say Smash the Gaff obviously off album 2 is one of those, but I think Get Down off this record would definitely be a it's a good mix of all the things that are Capici, you know, like it tells a story, it's got the riff, but it's also kind of weird. It's got kind of a cool, it's got that melodic factor as well. I think it does a lot of the different things that we do for sure, man. Get Down. It's one of my, I'd say that's probably a bias because it's one of my faves, but you know what I mean?
Yeah. We're off to a good start. We've got the album, then we've got the full-on tour, which is, like you say, a lot of headline shows. And then what comes after that? You doing festivals?
Festivals, yeah, they're kind of coming in.
Reading and Leeds in.
Yeah,
I think.
we have.
Oh yeah, although I don't know if we're allowed to mention that.
Maybe we can't say, but
we're in Montreal. Nobody cares.
Yeah.
And then I guess we're just like we're constantly trying to just write, and I think we're going to be writing whilst we're away. So there'll be a lot of
yeah, it's our first tour that's on like a bus. So like we'll have a lot of time to write, a lot of space to be able to like set up a little studio and things. And just like, I think this year is just about doing lots of headline shows and just creating as much as possible in as large volume as we can and having fun with it as well at the same time. You know what I mean? It's nice to be doing the tour we're about to do. Do you know what I mean? It feels like a moment for us on our journey, which obviously you always got longer to go afterwards, but this tour feels like, you know, certainly a milestone for us. So we're going to make sure that we
just excited to play our own gigs.
Yeah, enjoy it.
Yeah,
don't let it go past in the blink of an eye. Make sure you sort of like
soak it in.
Yeah,
cool. It sounds exciting. There's definitely a buzz. Like from this side of the Atlantic, I can feel the buzz on you guys. So hopefully you'll get back over here and come to Montreal soon, and we'll see you.
Mate, we will. You have our word. Have our word.
Okay, we've got that now. It's down. You've got to come back. So, but in the meantime, good luck with everything that's coming up, and thank you very much for your time.
Cheers, brother.
You, man. Cheers.
All right. Take care.
Take care.
Take care. Love.
Bye-bye.
I get high when I'm feeling low. I go fast when I'm feeling slow.